you're manifesting something, how can you get into the energy of knowing that it's already yours, of already being there? So no, I'm not going to tell you to visualize or script or do a bunch of manifestation techniques to get yourself into the energy of being there. You can do those techniques and they are helpful, but that's not what I'm going to talk about in this video. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a paradigm shift, okay, that is going to completely shift your perspective and get you naturally into the energy of knowing that what you want is already yours. And from that place, you will be guided and inspired to take action that feels natural, that feels effortless, that feels inspired to get closer to your manifestation, to actually manifest it into physical form. And a lot of that isn't even you having to do anything. It's really just the universe bringing it to you. So the key, or the secret, I guess, to manifestation is embodying the state of that which you want to create. Now, a lot of times people do visualizations, scripting exercises, meditations to get themselves into that state of being that their desire would give them, right? But that seems like so much effort. And the other day I had an epiphany, because the way that I manifest naturally, I've been manifesting for like 7 years, it's so effortless and it's so natural for me to manifest almost everything into my life. And when it comes to one area of my life, it's just really difficult. So I've just been trying to see, well, how do I manifest in my normal life? And then how can I apply that to this area of my life so that this can also flow more? And what I realized the other day is that I don't visualize, necessarily, not to say that that's not helpful or anything, but I don't actually sit there visualizing my dream life. I manifested a brand new car, and I not once visualized myself in that car or anything like that. What took place there was a knowing, I just know that this is going to happen because I trust that the universe is going to bring this to me. If I just declare what it is that I want, I just know that the universe is going to bring it to me. And I don't obsess over it. I'm not even oh my God, okay, my energy needs to be right. I need to do this. Because once I get into that energy of obsessive, energy alignment, I think there's just a lot more pressure that I'm putting on this manifestation. There's a lot more focus on it. And for me, for some people, the focus might work. I think for me, it's just more natural to remove the focus and just continue about my life. But there's this underlying knowing that this is just it. This is it. This is going to happen for me. So I'm going to share in this video how to get into that energy with bigger things, because I finally was able to accept and know that this bigger dream reality that I want to manifest is possible for me, and it is mine already, okay? And this is how it happened. So one of the first things, this is a very spiritual concept, okay? So just be prepared. Everything I talk about on this channel is spiritual, because that's life. But the first thing that happened was I realized that I am trying to micromanage the universe, okay? And I am trying to control how the universe brings me my desire and my manifestation. And then I realized that I'm projecting my own beliefs and thoughts about other people, growing up, my parents, exes that I've had, men in my life, just people who haven't come through all the way and who I couldn't trust, who were not reliable, who didn't show up for me, okay? I projected this role onto the universe. And so I was trying to control and micromanage every single thing that the universe does in bringing me my dream and my wish, because I didn't trust that it really truly understood what I wanted. I didn't trust that it could truly deliver what it is that I wanted in the best way, because I had this tendency to micromanage other people as well in my life, because it's been my reality. People don't come through, people are not reliable, so I have to tell them how to do it because I know best, right? And this has been my reality. But when it comes to the universe is not these people, right? These unavailable men or these parents or whatever. Okay, and I love my parents, by the way. But it's just that's not the universe isn't like that. The universe is the all, it is the everything, and it is the all-powerful force, okay? So it can literally shift, it created the universe, it can shift realities for me. Easy peasy, it knows what I want, okay? So that was the first step, is to understand that, bro, the universe is powerful and infinite and eternal, and it is the one source. That is the one source that is reliable. You can trust it. There are laws that are put into place to make sure that certain things happen a certain way, and those laws are the way that they are, okay? They don't change. And that is the law of attraction, the law of detachment, the law of assumption, just the laws of the universe. Okay, these don't change. And I did write, I did journal on this the other day, so I'm just going to be kind of going through that because it's something that really, I had like a huge epiphany, I'm telling you. Okay, so that's the first thing that I realized. Okay, so then this is the epiphany that came to me, and this is exactly the paradigm shift that is going to help you to effortlessly feel that you already have what it is that you desire. So God is one, right? God is everything. God is the original source, okay? And I'm going to draw a picture just so that we can understand this. So this circle here is God. Before anything was manifested in the physical realm, okay, God was just one. It was just this one being, one singularity, one consciousness, okay? You can call this pure love, unconditional love, divinity, pure joy, beingness, the everything, okay? This encompasses every single thing because God is everything. Everything was created from the one source, right? Every single thing that you see on earth was created from this one source. So this one source holds every single thing that you can ever think of in life because it all came from this. And this one source, who was just love, who knew itself to be love, right? The universe knew that it was love. It knew that it was joyful, it was divine, it was magnificent, it was a creator, it was majestic, it was all the great things. It knew this of itself. It knew it was just that. It knew it was that. However, it wanted to experience what it felt like to be that, okay? So the universe wanted to express itself. It wanted to experience and express what it feels like to be love and joy and divine. And the only way to feel and express and experience who you are is to have something to compare yourself to. If you just are this, if you just are the light, you just are that. You don't know, but you can't fully experience that you are that because you have nothing to compare yourself to. So the universe decided to materialize and individuate and create the physical universe so that there's polarity, there's duality, there's opposition, there's contrast. So it has something else to compare itself to. So you cannot know that you're love and you're divine without having some of the opposite of that to compare yourself to relate to. Like, oh, so that's darkness. Okay, so I'm the light. Okay, so that is fear. Okay, so I am love. Okay, now I'm not going to get into the whole process of that because the whole journey is to forget that you are this God, okay? And the whole journey is to remember, to come back home to yourself. And that's the whole game of life. But essentially, so the universe is this one source, and then so it individuates, right? And this is just how I see it in my head, which I'm sure is not how it actually is scientifically when scientists study this. Oh gosh. Okay, so then the universe from this one source, this looks like the sun, just individuated into these little forms here. This is you, this is me, this is your brother, this is your sister, this is your neighbor. These are all the people, the people, the universe, this around. Okay, so this here is the universe. Okay, this is the universe, the physical universe, manifestation of the universe. And in this universe, everything already exists. Everything already exists because it came from the source, and the source is everything. So therefore, this is the physical manifestation of the everything. You are part of that everything. You are part of that everything, okay? And so the way that I looked at it is that if God is everything and I am an individuation of God, then that means that I am also everything. I am everything that I could ever be. God is everything that it can ever be. God is you, God is me, God is the tree, God is the squirrel, God is the mountain, God is the house. God is everything, okay? And by God, I mean the universe, okay? It's not religious, it's just the one source, okay? I just use the word God because if I use the word universe, then when we talk about the actual physical universe, it gets confusing, so I just use the word God, or we can use source. So source, energy, okay, is everything. And you are an individuation of that everything. So therefore, you by law, are everything. So if you, okay, so this is where the paradigm shift happens, okay? So if you are everything, but you're in this physical form on earth, you already are everything, okay? So just keep that in your mind. You already are everything. In knowing you are everything. Which part of yourself do you want to experience though? Because God was like, I want to experience all of myself. I want to experience all of myself, so I'm going to individuate and materialize so that I can experience through time and space and duality like who I am. And we are that individuation, experiencing ourselves as God. We are that manifestation, okay? So that is the process of creation. So we are everything, and you can experience yourself as any version of that you want. Any part of that you would like. It already exists. It's already you. Which do you choose? Now, your desires in life are what are going to tell you what part of your being you want to experience. What do you want? So this is where you tune into what are your desires. Those desires that have never gone away, that you've always had. Okay, you want to experience an abundant life full of money, ease, joy, love, happiness. For most people, that's what it is, right? Like most people, that's kind of like what they want. They just want joy, ease, happiness, flow, abundance, money, like health, all of that. Okay? And let's say that's the version of yourself that you want to experience. I want to know myself as wealthy and happy and loved and loving, you know, in a loving relationship, whatever. So that is your desire, and that is the version of yourself that you choose to experience. So essentially, your desire is really just a desire to experience and express and feel that which you already are. Okay? So all you're looking for here on earth is not to be that, because you already are that, because you are everything, and that's just what you choose to experience. Us on earth wanting something is really just desiring the experience and the expression of the part of ourselves that we would like to experience. So with that mindset, you already are that which you desire. You are what you desire. So if you desire to be a successful business owner, or you desire to be a mom, okay, or you desire to be a loving partner in a loving relationship, that is already part of your being. It is already who you are in being, because you are already everything. It's just not manifested. And it's the only reason you want to manifest it is because the only way to truly experience that version of yourself of, you know, being rich or wealthy or whatever is by having it in physical form. That's literally why source energy individuated and manifested physical reality. Just so that it can experience itself. That is the process of creation. So this is obviously really hard to explain, and I hope you're following me here. And I am repeating myself a lot because I feel like it needs repetition, because this is just fucking mind-blowing. But this is literally like the epiphany I had the other day. It was the realization that, because I always felt like I want to manifest like my dream reality. Like I got big dreams and big goals, right? And that encompasses a lot of little things. But it's just like my ultimate dream reality. That's what I have been wanting to manifest. Like I have a lot of things and I'm already living a lot of my dream life, but I just want the fullness of that, okay? And so I was like, this dream just seems so far away from me. You know, it's always seemed so far away. Like it's over there and I have to get there. And how do I get there? And there was always this like big gap between me and this dream reality. And it was like I was here and that dream was over there, and it was so far-fetched and like such a hard thing to achieve. And then I started to obviously like change my mindset and shift my paradigm and all of that, and I started to realize like, holy shit, like no, this is already possible for me. So I knew that intellectually, but then I was like, okay, how do I feel that? How do I feel that this is already mine, that it's not some distant thing that I have to like work hard to achieve, even energetically align and do effort every day, visualizations every day? How do I just know now that it's already mine? And then I had this epiphany that like, holy shit, if I look at this from the lens of like the universe and how it created itself, and if we are an individuation of that, then I just copy that process. Well, the universe was being first, right? It was everything first, right? It was a being, it was an energy first, and everything that it manifested was just a reflection of that being state. So it desired to experience whatever it already encompassed, whatever it already had. So like it desired to experience love, so it individuated and experienced love through the form world, right? So if I look at myself as like, well, I already am everything that I want, and I just want to experience myself as this, person that's living her dream life, then that's already the being of who I am. It's already who I am. And I just simply want to like kind of bring that into my external reality as an experience so that I can truly feel what it feels like for a person to be living her dream life. I want to express that part of me. And the only way to do that is to physicalize it, materialize it. Otherwise, you just know it. Otherwise, it's just a knowing. And the soul craves expression. The soul craves experience, to feel who it is. The soul wants to feel who it is. You choose who you want to be. You're everything. You can choose any reality that you want. This is why all possibilities exist. Because you are everything, and you can choose any version of that everything that you want to actually experience in this lifetime. And I think that your desires, the ones that you've had for a long time, are your soul's desires that it craves to be in this lifetime. Whatever those desires that you have is what you crave to be. Not be, you already are everything, but that's what you crave to experience. That's the experience that you choose to have. Okay? So when I had that perspective shift that everything I desire is not coming from some external source, some outside entity that is telling me that I desire this, and now, so this is the desire, and now suddenly I have to become that desire, right? Me, I'm over here, disconnected from this desire, and the desire's here, and I have to work through visualization and through scripting and through imagination and through kind of forcing myself to believe and acting as if and faking it till I make it, pretending and all the things until I get to feeling this state of, oh, I already have this. That's a process, and if that's what resonates with you, do that. It will still get you there. It just might be a process, because deep down inside you believe that everything has to be a process, that everything has to be work and effort, and you have to earn it, right? So that's that belief. So if you feel like you have to do that, then do that, but that's a belief. You don't have to work for it. You already are that. This is essentially timeline jumping, right? You can literally jump into that reality by understanding that desire is not over here, it's not outside of you. That desire is the core of your being. That desire is who you are. It's already your being. It's a knowing. It's a knowing that this is who I am. And the desire arose from the knowingness that this is who I am. And now I'd like to experience that part of me. And that is all we're doing when we're trying to manifest something, is the desire to experience and express ourselves in the way that we know who ourselves to be. But we don't know this, right? It's not conscious. Like we forgot that we are God and that we are everything. So we have this like separate self, mindset where like we're separate from everything that we want. It's over there and I have to get there somehow, forgetting that the desire came from inside. The desire came from the beingness of that already. The desire doesn't get created from some random external source. The desire is you. The desire is you. It's like who you are. So if you just compare that to the universe is love and divinity and joy and all the things, everything you can name, okay? That's what the universe is. That was first. Number one is being, knowing. And then it's like, I want to experience this. I want to manifest love. So then it individualizes, and then now it experiences love. It's the same thing with your desire. Think of this as your desire. I want to be rich. Okay, let's just say, just basic example, right? I want to be rich. That's your desire. Well, put your desire into the middle of the circle. Put your desire into the middle of the circle. And then see that this is already you. This is already who you are. This is already your being energy. And all you're trying to do is experience that through materializing that, so you can actually feel what it feels like to be rich. Because we don't really know what it feels like to be like a generous person or to be a loving person. Even if you know yourself to be a loving person, you know that you're loving, you know that you're generous, you know that you're compassionate. If you can't have like an actual experience of that with like another person to experience yourself as generous, like, oh, I'm giving money to someone, I feel generous. It is impossible to experience the feeling of a state without physical reality. Like we can't experience it. Okay, this is literally why the universe created physical reality, is so that it can experience itself through us. Okay, it can express itself, and we are that expression. We have free will to do whatever it is that we choose to do, because any single thing that you can desire to become or do, it is a reflection of the universe. It's the universe, because the universe is everything. This is why it's like, you can have anything that you want. You can be anything that you want, because it already is you. It already is your beingness. I hope this is making sense. Okay, let me see if there's anything else in my notes. Okay, I just have to read this. You have to know that you are that which you want, because you are that which you want, okay? And all that you crave is simply the experience of that aspect of you, which essentially is your desire. So just like pause and rewind and re-listen to that, because that is the fucking truth. Okay? And the only way that you can experience this, so that you can fully feel this aspect of you, okay, what it feels like to be a rich and wealthy person, you know, a healthy person, happy, fulfilled, living your dream life, whatever, is to have it in the physical form. It's the only way to actually experience that. And that's all we crave, is the experience of this beingness that we are, but you already are that. That's where it comes first. Like it's born in beingness first. And it's not like, again, it's not something that you have to like, okay, I have to become that. I have to get to the energy of knowing that I am that through like a bunch of like practices. Sure, but like you just are that. Like literally it is impossible for you to desire anything that is not already you, because the desire is simply just the desire to experience that. The desire is simply a desire to experience it physically, that which you already are. That's where the desire comes from. So you already are that, you just don't know. You don't know that you are that, so this is where you know, right? So step one, you know. Knowing is step one. This is how you know that you are that which you want. Once you know this, you are going to shift into a much more surrendered state, okay? You're going to be like, oh shit, I've been over here trying to micromanage. Like you won't want to micromanage anymore, because you're like, I already know this is me. So it really is just a matter of time before it manifests. It's just a matter of time before I see it show up into my physical reality. You don't worry anymore. There's no use for worry anymore, because you just know. Like imagine anything else in your life. Like when you know something's about to happen, how do you act? How do you respond? You feel calm. What do? You just go about living your life. Are you putting in so much effort anymore? No, you're just kind of like, you know, you have certainty. You focus on other things. You're relaxed. You trust. And guess what, my friends? That is exactly the energy that you need to be in to manifest your dream reality. It's this relaxed certainty, knowing, trust, surrendered energy. And from that state, like you will be probably happier. You will be happier because you know yourself to be this person. Because now you have identified that within yourself, like, holy shit, I am this person. I have this desire because I am this person. So you are going to start to naturally talk differently, walk differently, act differently, do different things, show up differently. You're going to start to feel differently. You're going to naturally start to align with this identity, but it's not a force like, oh, I have to work so hard to get there. It's a remembering. Okay, that's all that happened here, is you just remembered that it's already you. It's already you, because it can't not be you, because a desire cannot come from anywhere else. It has to come from being energy first. So you know that that's already who you are. So there's an acceptance now. There's a lightness. And now naturally you're going to do all the other things. You might want to visualize your dreams because it just makes you feel so good. It's natural. And you're just envisioning it not out of like force, but because it just feels natural and good to imagine yourself in this reality that's about to be yours. That's already yours in consciousness. It's already yours in being. It's just a matter of time before you see it in your physical world. And you know that. You have this unwavering trust now. And this trust is what brings it to you. Okay, this is the trust energy that brings it to you. And the trust is also in timing. It's also trusting that the universe is so much more like intelligent and powerful. So you just have to trust that this all-knowing universe is going to bring to you what it is that you want in the most beautiful, magical, harmonious way, in the right timing, in the right order. You don't even doubt it. You don't question it because you don't assume that you know more in this limited physical body. You know, like it's so hard for us to even just remember that we are the universe manifested. So just give the power away. Stop trying to think that you know how to fix everything and that you know what's best for this manifestation to come forth. All you do is you surrender, and from that place, I promise you, you will know what to do. You will take the right action. You will do things. You will be called to do things because it just feels natural and effortless. And that is, I think, the most natural process of creation. And I share this because this is something that I do naturally with, like I said, like every man, like when I think of myself, because I consider myself a pretty successful manifester, okay? And I have manifested many things in my life. I manifest on a day-to-day basis. I literally manifest little things, big things, whatever. Like I just manifest things. And I'm always like, well, what do I do? How do I do this? How can I explain this to people? And I just say, I surrender. You know, I just surrender. But it's like, as I started studying more like about manifestation and like the language around it, I realized that it's essentially just, it's a knowing that I have. It's a knowing that this is happening. This is mine, that the universe is bringing this to me. It's just this trust. It's trust. That's all it is. It's a knowing and a trust. So then I started to think about like, well, how can I apply that to like creating my dream reality, right? Because that's like an area where I've had more blocks than not. And because it's such a big far-fetched dream, you know, you always think like, oh, the bigger the dream, the harder it is to get. And then you have these limiting beliefs that come up and all the things. And I'm like trying to resolve all of that. And instead of being like, I can just bypass all of that and just understand that this is already mine. Understand that this is already the being that I am. This is already my dream reality. You know, you just have to accept that I'm already that person. Not because you're faking it or you're trying to convince yourself, but because you know that it comes from a being part of you. It's born from being, and then its desire comes from that. It's just the desire. The desire is simply a desire to feel it in the physical form, to experience what it feels like to be that which you want. But it's already in energy, okay? You just forgot, or you think that you're separate from it, you know? So all you have to do is make a choice and declare to the universe what you choose to experience. Who do you choose to experience yourself as? So I choose to experience myself as a homeowner. I want to experience myself as a business owner. I choose to experience myself as a happy person who has a bunch of money coming in, doing what they love. Okay? These are declarations that you're making. So that is you putting out to the universe what it is that you want to experience. Now, you know that this is already yours because you know that it can't arise out of anything other than your beingness. So this is already who you are, okay? Because you are everything, and this is just the experience that you choose to call into yourself, that to experience yourself as this. listen to your desires, because your desires are telling you what it is that you want to experience. You want to know yourself experientially, right? And then you trust the universe to do its thing, its powerful, majestic, fucking miraculous thing to bring to you this experience. Okay, this desire is what we call it, right? To bring to you the ability to feel and experience and express yourself as this thing that you are. And from that space of trust and knowing and surrender, you will see things shifting around you. You will be grateful. You will naturally want to envision yourself in this reality because it just feels so good. You'll naturally show up as that person because you have accepted that this is you. You have declared this is what you want to experience. And it's just a matter of time before it actually shows up in the physical world. And that's it. And you sit in relaxation. There is no worry. There is no stress. There is no micromanaging what's actually happening in your life. Even if you don't see it in your life, you don't see a reflection of it in your life, you don't care. You don't care because that's not your worry. It's not your worry to micromanage and control the little details of how this happens. Even if this doesn't seem like this is aligned with your dream, it's fine. It's not your those are details of life. That is not your worry and your concern. Those little details, you need to detach from the little details of your life. The big picture. Focus on the big picture. I already am this. I already am this. Okay? That's the only reality that exists for me. All the little details, it doesn't matter. You just show up every day in this knowing energy and everything is going to shift. So that's what I'm going to leave you with today. Let me know if this was helpful or if you had some sort of a shift from listening to this video. I really wish you all the best on your manifestation journey, and I will continue to share everything that I'm learning and have learned on my own manifestation journey on this channel. So make sure to subscribe, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye.